Hello everyone, welcome to another stream. I hope you're all doing well today. We should be live. It looks like we have a few people here right now. Let's see who we have here. I just popped into this. Oh, let me do all chat or live chat before I just do top chat. We have Emery, Lego Military Mock, Soulflame, Funbrick Creations, Kevin, who else do we have? The Brick Room, Funbrick Creations, I think I said that. Sunito, welcome to the stream. Just Bricks, Nikolai, Brick Brothers Brick Shop. Hello everyone. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. I today am going to be building this set here. So if you guys saw the vlog, not only last week that came out yesterday, but 2 weeks ago as well, I put up the Skyline shelves on the wall. And I made a shelf for this one based off the dimensions I believe the base is. So I'm not 100% sure, but I made a shelf. I want to build this one now so we can get it on the wall. And then my shelf's over there. We'll test it when I'm done with this. But I figured, you know, today I didn't really feel like partying anything out. I didn't, yeah, I just didn't really want to. So I figured, you know what, I haven't built something in a long time. So I figured I would build this set here. This is the last Skyline set I have that has not yet been built. Thomas, wow, happy Easter from Sweden. Thomas donated a €50 super chat. Happy Easter, everyone. For those of you who it is Easter, I just realized some of you guys, it is Easter today. For me, it's not Easter until tomorrow. But yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Thomas, you're consistent with the super chats every week. You are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting us on the channel. In fact, I have something very exciting coming based on, you know, the patrons that we've gathered, or the patrons that we have, and all the donations, or I guess what would it be called? I guess the funds that we get from Patreon as well as the super chat. We have something where we just purchased one of two things to make this whole thing work, and it'll be coming out in the next few weeks, and I'm really excited about that. That'll be something that kind of picks up and probably happens every 2 weeks. But Thomas, you have been an incredible help for that. It's a little expensive what we're trying to do, and Thomas, you are amazing, as well as everyone else who's not only a patron but also donated and used super chat or anything. But happy Easter for everyone who is Easter. Soulflame says it's midnight here. The shelves on the wall are nice. Thank you very much, Soulflame. Big and Little Lego guys, just thought I would say hi. Can't stay though. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome for however long you can be. Funbrick Creations says it's a good set. I'm part of the way through putting the build up on my channel. Are you talking about this set here? Because that's pretty awesome. This is a, yeah, I actually like all the architecture Skyline sets. They're really cool. They're like so intricate and detailed and stuff. Funbrick Creations says 8 a.m. Sunday here. Yeah, awesome. Ben, I'm doing well. How are you today, Ben? How is everyone? In fact, I'm doing well. I just didn't feel like partying out today. Today felt more like a more casual something. I don't know exactly what, but I didn't feel like partying out, so I figured I would do this. I was going to pack orders, so, oh, these are numbered bags. I was just going to pour it out. We should probably start with bag 1. But where was I going? Oh, I wanted to stream picking orders on the cart. But that didn't quite happen just because I couldn't quite figure out yet how to set up. Because in front of me I have a monitor where I have the inputs of the mixer, I have the camera itself, and then I have, you know, chat over here. Somehow on the cart we have to do that, and I don't know if we do that with an Ethernet and an extension cord that's just run to the cart and kind of tied to it or something. So I haven't quite figured that out, how I want to do that, because I really enjoy packing orders live, actually. It's a little different, it's a little cool. To me, it's more time effective than it is to film a video. And I don't know what you guys like, and maybe let me know in the chat, but I personally prefer, this is bag 2, these are bag 3, and this must be bag 1. I personally prefer streaming the picking orders live. Now I know obviously it's a very different time commitment. Not necessarily for me. Streaming I think takes a little bit longer while I'm streaming to pack the orders, but I think overall streaming is a shorter time commitment because there's no post-production and editing and stuff. But it might not be shorter. I just enjoy the chat and stuff we can have. But obviously for you guys, it's much more of a time commitment because you have to watch, or if you want to watch, you can watch the entire stream. So I don't know, do you guys enjoy the streaming of picking orders and packing orders live, or do you prefer the recorded version where, you know, I record it and then I play it back essentially, or upload it as a video? I don't know what you guys would prefer. My preference is to stream it. To me, it's a little more interesting, a little more fun, but it's a lot more difficult now that we pick, the way our pick path and the way we pick orders, it's a little more difficult with the cart. So, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the best option there. So like I said, I built a shelf for this. I really hope it fits on the shelf. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed. But I looked online. You know what I should have done is I should have counted the studs in the picture on the base of this and then measured the other ones, or the other ones that have the same amount of studs. That would have been the way to do it. I looked online for the dimensions. I'm not 100% confident that that was the best way to do it, but that is what I did. So let's read some chat here. Just Brick says we are about 30 to 40 minutes from where we're stopping for the night. Where are you going, Just Bricks? Did you say and I missed it? Oh, okay. Our trip from Maryland to Georgia. Awesome. Wow, From Grace says, physically built the set last year, but finally uploading it now. Nice, nice. That's me with a lot of things. It's like, specifically with Patreon. I have videos that are shot for Patreon. I just need to edit them and upload them. And now that we're in April, this is, not that we're waiting for April, but April is the month where Patreon is finally happening again. How many videos do I have? I probably have 4 videos that are myself doing stuff. I know Paul has at least 1 as well. And then there's 1 I just need to shoot. That 1 I need to shoot is the reason stuff hasn't been posted, because the one I'm going to shoot is the intro of like welcome back to Patreon, but also the changes that we made. So technically we already made changes, and it's been, I've communicated it on stream and stuff. Not many changes, but little changes about like perks and stuff. And I just need to vocally like make that little quick video, which you know what, I will shoot that tonight. And I would say those of you who are patrons can expect to see that tomorrow. And then after that's done, we're going to go into the routine of posting to Patreon. One more thing with Patreon. I had something. What was it? I'm trying to build and do this at the same time. And apparently, I can't do that. Where was I going with Patreon? One more thing with Patreon. I don't know. For those of you, I know Ben is here, but for those of you who are, what is it called? Collector's Edition. You're the highest tier up. You guys get a voice chat with us every month. This is going to be the first month, but we're going to also do a what do I call that? A backup one, or one that we didn't do for March. So at the beginning of this month, in the next couple days, I'm going to send out a poll to everyone. Unfortunately, you need to be part of Discord, so I'll have to contact everyone through Patreon. But if you are not part of Discord and you are a patron, in order for us to be able to chat, you have to be part of Discord. So if any of you are looking to become a patron or the Collector's Edition, or maybe you are the Collector's Edition, there's a few people that I know are Collector's Edition but are not on Discord. So that's the way we'll be communicating or doing that the voice chat. And so I need to reach out to everyone on Patreon, and then I guess I'll put a poll out. I can put a poll out on Patreon, actually, for the best day that everyone can do it. That's going to be the hard thing, I think, especially as that tier continues to grow, and it has been growing. So that'll be a little difficult to schedule everyone, but that's the goal, that everyone is able to, or as many people as that want to, be a part of it. Will get to be part of it. All right, let's, I see a few questions here. One question from the Brick Room says, if we join Patreon, will we see the past videos? Yes, if you join Patreon, you have access to everything. Now, the 3 tiers, the descriptions have been changed on Patreon. I'm also going to do a quick video on Patreon. Not really for patrons, but for those people who want to join Patreon, maybe you click the link, you want to see what it's all about, a quick intro video. That intro video will explain everything, but essentially I can explain it here. We have 3 tiers. We have Brick, Minifig, and Collector's Edition. So the Brick tier is the lowest tier. This is a tier where we have a lot of people who just want to support the channel. They don't necessarily need the perks or anything. And this is our lowest tier, our cheapest tier as well. And that is one where essentially you can look at it as each month is just a donation to the channel. And it's $3 for that tier, I think. Now, I'll still reach out and say thank you and stuff, and I really appreciate everyone that's on that tier. You guys support the channel. And then the second tier is where the perks start to come in. So the second tier, I believe, is $9 a month, or it is $9 a month. And that second tier is called the Minifig tier, and this is where you start to get access to all the videos that are posted. So that includes what's going to be a weekly video that'll come out every Thursday. So that's a new thing. Every Thursday is when the Patreon video is going to come out. Give or take, it might be on Friday. It probably will never be on Wednesday, but every week there will be guaranteed a Patreon video, and that is for the Minifig tier and the Collector's Edition tier. And then also we'll do little polls and stuff on Patreon and get you guys involved more. Something I had talked about, and I've talked with Paul and Kyle on it, and we think it's a really fun idea, is somehow get you guys involved once we create merchandise. So that's something we're thinking about doing in the near-ish future as well. And we want to get you guys involved somehow, for those of you who are patrons, and that will most likely be exclusive to the Minifig and the Collector's Edition tier. And then the highest tier is that Collector's Edition tier, and the big perk here is every month we're going to do a voice chat on Discord, so you guys can chat with us and we'll talk about, you know, BrickLink and really whatever. And I think that'll be really fun. It's something I would like to do with more people, but I think it's also kind of fun and a little more exclusive if it's patrons only. It'll also be, I think, just better because as we get more people subscribed to the channel and people that are interested in that, it keeps it more organized. And we're not like, we don't have 1,000 people, or not 1,000 people, but like 40 people in a voice call trying to all talk and stuff. I think it'll be a really cool kind of like little private-ish chat with just the patrons. So that's the plan with Patreon, or that is what the that is what everything is, the 3 tiers. And I think that yeah, so it's $3 tier, $9 tier, $15 tier, and that's monthly. And obviously, if you want to join, you can just join for 1 month if you want. You can join for however many months you want. We've debated about having another tier. We just need to focus on the tiers we have now, though. We're not going to start anything without doing this. But yeah, I just need to film that one video which outlines those tiers. So I pretty much just did it. But that's what that video will be on the Patreon page for those people who just visit the page that aren't yet patrons, to kind of get an idea about what Patreon is all about and stuff like that. But yeah, now we are, whoops. Oh, also for those of you that already are patrons, you are not being charged for April, because obviously we haven't been following through, even though in April we are going to have, this is the month where everything is starting and beginning, which is super exciting. Or maybe not starting, but it's continuing and actually picking up at a pace that makes sense for Patreon. But, like I was talking about a couple minutes ago, Patreon now, did I do this right? Yeah. Actually has something that it has funded. And the patrons will get to know what this is first. Or specifically the Minifig and the Collector's Edition patrons know what this is first. You don't yet, but you will very soon. Where we're going to get other people involved in the channel a little bit. And that should be really exciting and fun. And patrons will have a chance to get involved with the channel as well directly if they're interested in doing that. I think we have a really cool concept of something we're trying to do that hopefully a lot of people will find enjoyable and entertaining and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll keep that quiet just for a little bit longer. Let me go back here really quick. Brickman says, how many architecture sets do you have, or how many architect sets do you have you got? I can't read today, apparently. So with the Skyline sets, this is number 10. This is number 10. I think there are 12 sets that they have. I don't have Chicago, and I don't have the very first one they did. What's the very first one? Venice, I believe. Those are the two I don't have yet. Venice is semi-reasonably priced, as far as what I saw at least. Chicago was not. And I mean, no, that's not true. I haven't actually really looked into Chicago. I saw it on Amazon. It popped up. It was like crazy amounts of money. I'm not going to buy it on Amazon, obviously. But but Venice, I will be getting soon. I have 2 more shelves I have to make for those 2 sets. I didn't make those. I'm a little concerned when I do make those, they're not going to match perfectly, just because they're different. Or like I'll have to use a different piece of wood. This was all consistent with the same exact piece of plywood. I had one, like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet by 2 feet or something, and I managed to get each piece out of it perfectly, and I had like no extra almost, which was awesome. But we'll see. I'll use another piece of plywood. Actually, we have a little pile. I should go save a piece, just put it aside, just make sure we don't use it for something else, just so it's similar. But yeah, those last 2 we're going to put on the wall. I can't turn the camera, but yeah, they'll go on the wall up there above where we will have new drawers. We'll see when we do that official expansion of putting drawers over there. We have to put it on the back of this wall first, which we have to do very, very soon, because we're pretty much ready to put that on. We are pretty much out of drawers completely, almost. Jameson says, cool, just joined Patreon. Are you, did you join and you were the one who asked about the stream? I don't get names. So if you sign up with Patreon and it's like you sign up under a username, that's what we see, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, I guess. Oh, one more thing on Patreon. It could be kind of a fun way to advertise your store. Not that it's necessarily going to get anything, but everyone who is a patron gets their name or their store or whatever they kind of request at the end of a video, which is kind of fun as well. 2, 4, 6, 2. Okay. Jameson says, yes, Trader Bricks. Awesome. Well, thank you for becoming a patron, Trader Bricks, or Jameson. Awesome, and welcome to Patreon. It'll be very fun. That's not right. In the coming weeks. This Thursday will be the first video of the month, and then it'll be the goal is every Thursday, which should be pretty fun. I'm excited because Patreon is directly. Well, I've said this too many times. Patreon is directly funding things that are happening on the channel. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Trapbox says, do you know if I'm able to see who's a fan of my store? Is this possible? I don't think so. And Just Bricks Kiln says you can just see how many fans you have. I'm pretty sure that's true. You can only see how many fans. Ben, thank you so much for a super chat. Ben says, thank you for the stream. Thank you all for being here. This is fun. I really do enjoy streaming. It's very fun, actually. At times, the truth of streaming is it's really fun, but at the end of streaming, you're like, wow, I'm tired. It's actually exhausting, but it's so cool, and it's so fun to chat with everyone. So Ben, thank you for your super chat. Thomas from earlier, thank you for your super chat. You are amazing, both of you. Funberg Creation says, I only have the lot that are currently available from Lego at the moment. I don't have the I don't know how to say that word. I know what it is. I know the set. Trafalgar Square. I'm sad that I missed out on getting Sydney at a good price. Yeah, there's a lot of architecture sets that I don't have, but I have most of the Skyline sets. I also have the White House. That might be it, actually. Let me think. Maybe I only have the White House, the newer White House, and the Skyline sets. That could be the case, actually. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Funberg Creation says, I will have to find the Sydney Skyline, but it's now way too expensive. I don't live in Sydney, but I live in Victoria, so I've been to Sydney a few times. Nice, cool, that's awesome. I have not been to Sydney. I've not been to Australia at all. I actually haven't been to most of Europe. Lego Military Mock says Trafalgar Square. I think. I still probably said that wrong, but I tried. Hello, Maxis from Germany. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently building this little, this Skyline set, which is actually Dubai. It's over here. This will be a cool set. This, I believe, is the tallest one. Good thing I didn't mount the shelf yet, because the spot I was going to put it was probably going to be too close to the ceiling. So, although, well, okay, here's something else. If you guys want to go back and look at the video, the vlog from 2 weeks ago, or last week, I guess, Kyle, right at the beginning of the vlog, showed off these sets on the wall. Do you guys think it looks weird that it's a little sporadic and it's not like all set nicely? Because I personally was a fan. Jack says Trafalgar. Trafalgar? I don't know. Everyone's trying to correct me on my pronunciation. I will have to look it up very soon. Very sad. Very, very sad. But yeah, do you think it looks like a mess, or do you think it looks good? Because we've had separate opinions, not on the channel, but in the household, as to if it looks good or bad. Yeah, so I personally like it, but what do you guys think? Last one was nearly perfect. Okay, how did I say it? Trafalgar? Trafalgar Square? I don't know what I said. That's the last one. I don't know. I'm sorry. Also, do you guys hear me repeating myself? Like, do you hear it? Because I'm playing it very, very quietly here just to make sure the audio is okay. Hopefully you don't hear that. You just hear me actually talking. There's no, like, echo. If there's an echo, it would be like a 3-second echo because I'm watching, not the stream, but the little thing here. But hopefully you don't hear that. I hope. The Brick Room says, I like them all spread out. That's how I have them. Do2 Bricks, Doug, welcome to the stream. How are you today? I've been watching your updates on your basement. It is amazing. I absolutely love the shelving units you were building, or the aisleway. Yeah, I guess they're shelving units for the drawers. They look beautiful. Lego Military Mox says it was even closer that time. I'm getting close, guys. That's good. Just Bricks says, I like the sporadic placement of the sets. Awesome, awesome. I am happy with that. But yeah, Doug, your room is, or your basement is looking fantastic. Like, I'm so excited to see it when it's done. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous that you're gonna steal all of the business, because you have it set. Obviously, like, not just the basement being nice doesn't make the business go up, but the basement being nice and the amount of room you have and the amount of stock that you have backpiled, you're gonna do pretty well, I think, in the BrickLink world. I'm a little bit nervous. We keep saying we have to bump it up before Doug opens his store, just because you have so much. It's crazy. Doug says, I can't stay long tonight, gaming just like every Saturday. I know, this is the one day of the week. Technically I have Sunday off, but usually on Saturday I am able to make the streams, generally. But for the most part, I work 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, usually. Okay, we're on bag 2. That was not too bad. This piece probably should not be extra. Is this supposed to go somewhere? This goes right here. Oh, yeah, there's this piece. But yeah, usually Monday through Friday I work, and then generally on Saturday I work as well. And then any time that I am not, or any time I have that's extra, I'm usually in the BrickLink store trying to get stuff done. But recently it's been a little difficult for me to be in the store. I started working a ton now, and it's a little disappointing. All right, we're on bag 2 already. This is going well. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. I mean, it's good that I'm working a lot, but also, like, Paul has been in here a ton, which is great. I wish I could be in here a ton as well right now. That's why, like I really should be partying out right now or doing something else. But this is what I'm doing, I guess. All right, this is a big bag, so this one's gonna take a little while. Bag 1 was very fast. You know what I'm curious on? This is the bottom base. Let's. I'm gonna go get the shelf really quick, and I'm hoping that this fits on the shelf as anticipated. All right, so here's the moment of truth. Did I build the shelf right, or did I just totally do something. Okay. Okay, it's on those shelves. I would say I have about 1/8 of an inch on each side and the front of the actual thing. This one's going to be a 32nd of an inch on each side, and on the front it is. I mean, it is flush. Well, maybe a 1/16 of an inch on the front. It fits though. For the most part, it's close. You won't notice the difference. Only I will know the difference because I'm the one who is going to put it on that shelf. But yeah, awesome. It's going to fit. Cool. I don't have to remake that shelf. I can actually put the shelf up tonight. That'll be fun. Yeah, Do2 Bricks or Doug says, thanks. Time to ramp up the inventory. Absolutely. You have so much inventory, though. The key is you're just going to have to obviously process all that. But you got a ton of inventory. Like crazy amounts of it. I mean, I'm so... Yeah, I don't know. One question I have for you, Doug, and obviously don't answer it with a number, but do you know how much you've invested? Like, have you kept track of it, or you just kind of just keep going and know that you'll make money at the end with it? Soulflame says, what do you do as work? So currently I am shooting, I'm doing a few things. Mostly sports, though, at the moment. So with sports having started back up, specifically in the high school, sports now are pretty much all playing. Actually, correction. Every single high school sport in California was allowed to play about a week. No. A month ago, probably. Yeah, roughly a month. So California got sued because they weren't letting sports play, and then I guess the lawsuit, whatever happened, every single sport was allowed to play. I work for a company, we make video yearbooks. So instead of, the paper physical yearbook, the schools can also sign on and get a video yearbook, which we create edits of school events, including sports and like any pep rally or all the school dances, all the stuff like that for the school, and we make the video yearbook and stuff. Being that this year, for the most part, we didn't know if anything was going to happen, there was nothing to shoot for months. But then, all of a sudden, every single sport was allowed to play. So now we're scrambling to shoot as many sports as we can for each school, and usually I'd say we shoot about 3 or 4 games a year for a specific sport. So we work with 15 schools in the county that I live in, and there are, I don't know, probably maybe 25 to 30 sports, I think, for each school. So 25, we'll say 20 to 25. So 25 times, what did I say? 25 times with 15 schools. That's a lot. I don't know what that is, but that's a lot of edits to make. And we have 5 people that work, and we're scrambling to shoot every single sport we can. Shooting multiple things a day, many things a day. But that's what I'm doing currently for the most part. But a lot of what I do is just somewhere in the film industry, whether it's shooting or like mixing live events. That's what I enjoy the most, is mixing live things. So I was doing something with a golf company, Callaway Golf. They were doing some sort of sales presentation. And so I would drive down to Carlsbad, California, where they're headquartered, and this does not look straight. Essentially, I would push buttons on a mixer to mix all these cameras together and mix audio and stuff to send out to sales reps and stuff that are at stores, because they can't travel right now and go to all the stores like they normally would. So they're doing it digitally. So I did that. That just ended, I believe, but that might pick up again in the next month or so. So yeah, that's why I haven't spent a ton of time in the store, because I've been very busy with just everything going on. Yeah, okay. I saw some more questions here. Fidel, welcome to the stream. How are you? Fidel says, did you change your hour because of daylight saving time? Did we change our hour? No, we stream at 3 o'clock our time. I don't know what time that is everywhere else. Some people have daylight savings, some people do not. I'm pretty sure we've been streaming at 3 o'clock our time. Have we not? No, I think we've been streaming at 3. Kind of for the past few weeks. I think 3 o'clock was the time, at least our time. And it is currently 3 o'clock our time, or 3:40 now, or whatever it is, 3:35. So maybe not. I don't really know. But if you guys don't have daylight saving time or it didn't switch or whatever, our time switched, so technically it might be an hour off now. But it's consistent with us. Fidel, you're late. That's okay. No problem at all. Ben says, any thoughts on what direction you want to head in, Evan? Oh, well, okay, wait. Ben says, what's your long-term plan for the store? Is that for both, or both those questions aimed towards the store? But for the long-term plan for the store, long-term, well, let me go. Short-term, like end of the year kind of thing, potentially if we're able to, or if we're too big. That's the goal, to be too big for the space we're in now. If we're too big for the space, the goal is to move to a warehouse. Once that warehouse is achieved, I guess, that's kind of a goal. Once the warehouse has been achieved and we're happy and we want that to be the warehouse for the, for the foreseeable future, we're not going to get a warehouse that's tiny right now. We're not going to move into a space that's the same size as the garage, but we get a little bit more room or whatever. We're going to move into a space that we can grow in. The goal after that is to take on a lot more employees. And once we have a space where we can grow exponentially, we've obviously already put in significant investments, but whether it's take out a loan or do something else later on, next year in 2022, the goal is really expand to probably the size we can end up being. And a huge portion of that is going to end up being used. And the reason we're not doing that right now is because we don't have the manpower, and we also don't have the funds to bring the manpower in. It's not, in my opinion, it's not worth taking out a loan or something right now, especially since we wouldn't be approved for like a massive loan. Not that we need a massive loan necessarily to do this, but by the end of the year, the goal is to be out of, well, hopefully need to be out of the garage. We're not going to leave the garage just because we want to. If we financially can't do it, or if we financially can do it, but we still have the, plenty of space in here, there's no reason to leave the garage. But the goal for that is, like I said, leave the garage hopefully maybe by the end of the year. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's not a hard goal we need to set or need to get to. Once we leave, once we have that larger space, the goal will be to bring on more employees. Now, obviously, more employees will cost more, but with bringing on more employees, we can, in a way, take a small step back. So I don't want to go away from BrickLink, and I'm not saying I don't want to do this, because I actually enjoy a lot of what we do. But there are other things, I'm busy with and stuff, and I can't necessarily devote this 100% full time, as in, this is my job, I work 40 hours a week forever here. Again, I enjoy BrickLink a lot, but that is the weirdest way to build this. So, sorry, I'll continue this. This does not have a stud on it, it just slides in like that. I don't know why we didn't put a jumper there with a stud that goes up. It just kind of slides in as a piece, and then I assume we'll put something here to lock it in, but very weird. Oh, am I out of focus? Have I been out of focus the whole day? That might be a little more crisp. We'll see. Sorry about that. I don't know. Or I ruined it. Maybe I made it worse. Yeah, okay, piece goes here now. But yeah, BrickLink in terms of me, I like BrickLink as a business, and I want to keep it as a business forever, or as long as it can last on its own, which I think, that obviously depends, I think, on how Lego as a company and as a product goes. But I don't see any reason why we would have to stop doing BrickLink, or doing just a brick in the bucket as a business. But long term, I would like to slowly phase myself out of the company, or not out of the company, but away from having to do operations side of the company and just run it as management, so I can continue doing other things as well. And then this can obviously just help supplement income and stuff like that. But at the moment, I really enjoy this, and I feel like, I appreciate that this can be, this can be a full-time job. Full-time is relative to how much money you want to make. So another thing is, if I was the only one doing this, I could make a lot more money than having other people involved. But again, in theory, having other people involved, having other people involved gets more productivity done, in theory. But I also like the idea of having employees where you can help support and grow like the job market, and and have people that are actually part of your company and that you support financially, and then they are obviously in turn doing a service for you, I like that idea. Let's see what everyone's saying to that. Yeah, Ben says, I'm actually worried a little bit on how quickly my space is starting to fill up. It soon builds up quickly. I've looked at loans, working capital, but not used it yet. Actually borrowed money my own for the first time this month due to spending more this month. Yeah, so that's something we haven't done yet, like taking out a huge loan. It's all been, like well, I guess that's the thing. Like technically the company's borrowed money from myself, from Paul, from Kyle as initial investment. And technically that's a loan because it is being paid back to us. But it's not a loan in the sense of like if you don't make a payment 1 month, you're screwed, you know? Because if you don't pay me 1 month, or if you didn't pay me back for 1 month, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, okay. It doesn't make any sense to like have the company owe me more or anything. Because at the end of the day, like it's still my money in terms of what the company is gonna make at some point. So I'm investing in my own company as opposed to like, yeah, that probably makes sense. Okay, I think that building's done. It looks very weird, but that's what it looks like in the instruction booklet. But yeah, we've only borrowed money from ourselves. We haven't done like a loan where, and we'll probably do a little one at some point this year, primarily to build credit for the business, as opposed to it just being, you know, trying to get a larger loan later on to move to a warehouse and stuff, or trying to sign a lease as a company with zero credit, things like that. So we'll have to build up some stuff, but nothing right now that's massive. And once we do move to a warehouse, that'll end up being a relatively large investment initially. And then after that, hopefully it'll all pay for itself back and more. Obviously, that's the goal. But yeah, long term, or very long term, I would like to let BrickLink, you know, pay employees and have people do this stuff. And kind of like Chris from Great Brick Lab, I would like to take a step back a little bit and let the business. See, that's not the case though. I want to still stay in the management side of it, you know, and a lot of stuff like that I'll still probably do, and or one of us will do payroll and scheduling and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't need to be a full-time job where that is all we do all day long. But we'll also see how big the company can get, because the thing is with reselling Lego, there has to be a market cap, and we've talked about what that is, and you know, if we're going to hit that, or you know, we've seen all these other companies that haven't hit it yet, and we're wondering what is the market cap for companies. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. So that's something once the market cap is hit, obviously that's as big as a company can get. Okay, that's a 4 long. Is there another 4 long? There is, okay. I don't know. Have any of you ever thought like, how big can BrickLink grow? Because there's got to be or a store that resells Lego. There's got to be some sort of cap. And I think it's a lot smaller than Lego, obviously, in their business, just because of the nature of, you know, we're not making a product, we're just reselling a product essentially. But I don't know. Fidel says, I would like to grow my store until I can kind of pay myself and allocate money into the stock market or other passive income stuff. That is my goal, and it's not an easy thing to do. But passive income, also it's not truly passive income, just based on the fact that I'm doing a lot of work. But eventually, passive income is kind of my idea. You know, if I can have BrickLink in 5 years just paying me, I don't know, however much a month, you know, let's just say $1,000. That's not going to, you know, get me through forever. I can't live on $1,000 a month, I don't think. Or I'd have to drastically change my lifestyle. But if it's $1,000 a month that is kind of coming through, as well as this other little thing that I'm doing that is making me $1,000 a month, and this other thing that I did 5 years ago that's making me $1,000 a month, where I don't have to do a ton of work anymore, and I can still go out and work. Because the truth is, I enjoy what I do. You know, fortunately, I don't have a job at the moment where I have to go to, and I'm just like, oh, and I want to quit and all that kind of stuff. I do really enjoy what I do. So that's a huge benefit as well. And I enjoy the BrickLink too. That's something I found is I enjoy working. And it's kind of not a great thing. I mean, it's a good thing. But I enjoy working a lot. Like a lot. And like I'll do too many hours here, and like essentially I'm working a full-time job right now, roughly. Maybe not exactly. But I'm also doing BrickLink. A lot of BrickLink. Kyle and I also have running gear, so that's another business that I have that's doing stuff. So I have my foot in a lot of little ponds, I guess. And so investing in, like, you can always invest in like stocks and stuff, and obviously that's, if you're okay at it, that's a good idea, I think, in my opinion. But wait a second, what did I just do wrong here? I did something terribly wrong. Where was I going? Investing in stocks. Oh, I personally like investing in like my own little business type things too. I think in the long run, that's more, well, no. It's not safer. It's definitely not a safer investment, because you never know with businesses. But I don't know. I enjoy building businesses, I suppose. At the moment, I've built two, running gear and BrickLink, or just a brick in the bucket. And running gear is a little, well, last year was hard for running gear, obviously, but last year was fantastic for BrickLink. So it just depends, I suppose, what's going on. Soulflame says, stock market is amazing. I'm a swing trader. Awesome. Just Brick says, just checked into our hotel. Thought we were going to be staying at a waterfront condo in Myrtle Beach tonight, but accidentally reserved the wrong dates. Oh no, that's terrible. So sorry about that. Ben says, sounds similar to my idea. I think this is in terms of, growing the store and then eventually taking a step back, and just doing the management side of it and making the money off the management side of it. Ben says, sounds similar to my idea. I'd like to still be hands-on with it, though. My next... Check. This might be super loud. It's going to sound not as good, probably. But let's see if there's audio. Okay. Yes, Fidel, the mic died. I didn't charge it. Yeah. Didn't charge it. Not smart. Okay. There we go. It's not good, but at least there's audio now, so hopefully you can hear me. And hopefully it doesn't sound terrible. Okay, so what was I talking about? I was talking about, Ben and his goal with investing and stuff. And he said once BrickLink parts selling hits the cap, look into sets, trade shows, other Lego-related avenues first, and then other products and ideas. Yeah, that's something I've realized with myself. I think I'm an entrepreneur. I guess I am technically, but I really enjoy that. I enjoy the growing a business and stuff. Something I've always wanted to do since I was younger. And, so BrickLink, in my opinion, or selling on BrickLink, because obviously I don't own BrickLink, but BrickLink selling, or the company Just a Brick in the Bucket, I don't personally feel was a crazy risk. Some people might say, oh, it's not worth investing, $20,000 over the first year, or whatever it is, into selling Lego pieces and hoping that you make your money back. I would argue that it was not a crazy risky investment because you're able to start with just $1,000 and you can take that $1,000, make it $2,000, take that $2,000, make it $4,000. It's not exactly how it works, but you understand. You can make you can grow with a little bit of money from the beginning. So in my opinion, it was not a crazy risky venture. Something I've wanted to do as a kid, or since I was a kid, because I really enjoy cooking, and for a long period of time, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a chef. I would love to open a restaurant. But the problem with opening a restaurant is that is just such a risky, like, thing that you just never know if it's going to be, if it's going to pay off, or people going to come. Obviously, last year with COVID and everything, like, everything shut down. I mean, that was not good. Not that you can expect that while you're... Oh, no. These are the wrong piece. Not that you can expect that while you're, trying to build a restaurant and stuff, but things like that. And something for me that I've been very interested in doing, and it's something I've thought about doing soon, like sooner rather than later, like in the next... See, BrickLink is growing right now at a really steady rate, and I feel like if I say Kyle and Paul, not that they can't handle it, that's not at all what I mean, but if I take a step back, I think it's going to grow at a slower rate, and it's going to hurt me later on. It's going to hurt everyone later on. Just as if Paul left right now, we wouldn't be expanding. If Kyle left, we'd be slower on everything, especially in like the technology side. So there's a lot of things, I guess, like I'd be concerned, because I want to, though. I'd be concerned with starting another business in the next year or so. So I don't know. I probably won't. Actually, I pretty much guaranteed won't start another business in the next year. But I would love to start, I don't even know if I said it, one of the restaurants that is delivery only, where you have a very small location like a kitchen. It's just a kitchen, smaller than this garage even. And all your expenses are food costs and whatever the delivery services charge. Now, they charge a lot. They take like 15% of your profit or something crazy like that, which is hard. But I would love to start a restaurant or something where I can do something with food. I wouldn't be the chef. I wouldn't do that. I'd be the management side of it. But I love starting businesses, but that's a huge risk. So, that I don't know if I'll actually ever do that, but it sounds very, very fun. Chris from the Great Big Lab, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I said hi. I saw your thing, but I don't think I said hi. But it says, I started investing into the stock market at 22, and it's been worth it. Everyone says sound is back. Yeah, I've invested in the stock market, but obviously I'm not gonna take money out of the stock market yet. Or I'm not gonna take it's not, I think long term that is fantastic, but right now, for me, it's not paying me and stuff. Not that BrickLink is necessarily paying me, a ton of money either. Actually, technically, at the moment, BrickLink, all the profit, we're, whatever profit makes, we're trying to grow the store. Once we fill up the garage, then there's going to be some sort of profit split that is actually, split between us. We've talked about it. I don't think we've talked about it publicly, and I don't know if we have a firm decision on that, but a lot of what we make right now is just put back into the business because that makes the most sense. That's potentially another problem with me, is I always feel that, let's make sure I did this right. When the company makes $100 or whatever, I always put that $100 back into the business, and I don't always think about myself in terms of like, eventually I need to pay myself for this kind of stuff. Someone is printing, or the printer's on, I don't know. But this is something else with like running gear, I guess I could talk a little bit about. Kyle and I have not paid ourselves much. In fact, we didn't even start paying ourselves until last year, 2020, when we did a few events where we're like, you know what, this makes sense, I think, to pay ourselves. And it's because I'm constantly like, well, if we just don't pay ourselves, we can, get this other toy or equipment or whatever. So I need to start realizing that, the business itself is not just supposed to run itself and make its own money. It's supposed to pay people that are working for it. And I'm working for the business, so eventually I need to pay myself with stuff, and I'm not too good at that. Which I suppose potentially is a good problem to have. Maybe not a good problem to have, because I'm not making money directly, but I think it's a good thing where consistently I'm trying to put money back in and stuff. I saw something else like that here. Yeah, Chris from the Great Book Lab says we are continually reinvesting profits. Same thing here, which needs eventually to stop because this is actually a business and it should be paying the people. So yeah, it's definitely a hard thing because it's like, another thing is it could be an investment, and if we just keep reinvesting the profits right now, eventually, the profit is going to be a lot higher, and if we slowly stop reinvesting those profits, then we as individuals are making money. And if we don't reinvest, or sorry, if we reinvest all of it right now, and we don't make money right now, once we do stop profits, that'll be higher than it would be if we take profit now. So it's a lot of hard thing to figure out, but you also have to think about kind of paying yourself back and stuff, but it's a struggle. That's definitely been something for me. I've put a lot of money into a lot of things because I find it fun, because I enjoy BrickLink. So if I put money into BrickLink and I get enjoyment out of it, to me it's the same as if I spent $200 whatever to go to Disneyland for a day. Or not, that's not the best analogy, but if I spent the money to go do something where I do that for a day or whatever, in my mind it's somewhat equivalent to spending the money to do something today in BrickLink where I enjoy it and it's fun. So, I don't know. It's a hard thing to think about or to figure out. But, yeah. All right, Doug, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Have a good one. We appreciate it. Anyone who wants to take the time to tune in. It's always fun to see everyone again. It's cool. And maybe, Doug, we'll try to figure out some other, if you're still here, some other time where it's not always on a Saturday night. But currently, that is what works for us, so we have to do that, obviously. Okay. You can hear my voice in the background now? Totally fine. I'll turn that down a little bit. There we go. Should be a little bit better now. Much quieter. Okay, so let me go back up here really quick. It looks like that's what most people do. They don't take profit from their store. Ben said that. Fidel said that. Yeah, majority of people, that's what they do, and that's what I do right now. Unfortunately, now that I'm out working other stuff, it's a little harder to spend the time in the business, but fortunately I've been able to, not need to take money out of the business to survive. There will be a point where, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not sure if there is a point where that's going to happen because I'm not willing to stop the other stuff because I love the other stuff I do. So I don't know. That's a difficult task or a difficult question. Is when are you gonna? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Everyone invests. Fidel says invested like $12 in the stock market so far. Unable to buy U.S. stocks because they are so expensive for me, and I'd rather invest in my store and some cheap Mexican stocks. Interesting. Yeah, in my opinion, I think this is more accurate, but the stock market is a long-term investment, while, based on what I'm seeing, and long-term, I mean like 20 years in the future type investment, in my opinion at least. This is a very difficult thing I'm trying to build and talk about, where BrickLink or my own business or whatever, in my opinion, is less of a, what the heck? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Less of a long-term investment and more of a short-term investment. I'm going to go put in, let's say, $10,000 one year, and then the next year I won't get, I won't make any profit on that. But the following year, okay, now I've made my 10 grand back and I've made $1,000. And then the year after that, okay, now I'm making $20,000 a year. These are random numbers. They don't mean anything. But, I'm making however much on that business that I only put in a little bit in the beginning. With the stock market, I guess you could, and people do. You put in money and then within a year you take money out and then you can reinvest it and make money off that. I think first and foremost, I don't want to spend the time to do that. I'm also not trying to give advice here, so don't take this as advice. I can't give financial advice. Please don't listen to me on that. 6. 1, 2, 6. Okay. But yeah, I think the stock market is long term, and businesses or things you're doing now is a shorter term investment. Cool. Ben says saving for a mortgage currently, just hard to get a mortgage with one person. That's something I've been and the problem is I live in California. And so I pay rent and stuff right now, which is cool, but I don't want to be paying rent forever. Eventually I want to get a house. In California, that's a hard task. Or maybe that's not hard, it's just an expensive task. So, I'm trying to, but here, I don't know. Personally, I don't actually see how financially I will ever be able to afford a house in California. I guarantee that's not true. But like just in terms of where I grew up and what I'm used to and stuff, I need to. I don't know. It's difficult to. Because houses they're over $1 million, and it's like, how am I ever going to make $1 million? Well, you don't need to make $1 million, I guess. Obviously, you have a very long-term loan, but what are you supposed to put 20% down? How am I ever going to have $200,000 in cash, just laying around? And maybe part of that is just, I should focus a little more on saving as opposed to spending. Or oh no, I did this one wrong. Focus a little more on saving instead of trying to put it into a BrickLink store, for example, or whatever else I'm working on at the time. I don't know, but see, in my mind, this is an investment too. And at one point, in 5 years, also there's no way I can get a house now. Obviously, maybe not obviously, but there's no way I can get a house now. But in 10 years, if I can get a house, I mean, even 10 years, I don't know. That seems like a long ways away, but and it is, I guess. So. Who knows? Who knows what'll change, too, in the next couple of years. There could be a huge, market crash, the housing market, or something. Not good for most stuff, but, maybe I could buy a house then. So we'll see. I don't know. Definitely a difficult, I don't know. But, yeah, I guess this whole thing seems to have been about investing a little bit, or money. And I think this is in my opinion, this has been a worthwhile thing to invest in, BrickLink, or our company, Just a Brick in the Bucket. Other people might disagree, say it wasn't worth it at all, but I personally enjoy it a lot, and I feel like we're on the edge of not making millions or anything. It's never a business, I think, that's going to make you tons of money. But we're on the edge of being able to make enough money where it's like, okay, cool, this has paid off and it's been worth it. It was worth all the work in the beginning, and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're getting close to that stage. And by close, I mean within maybe the next year. I don't mean next day or anything. Okay, let's see what else we got here. There's more chat. I just didn't scroll down. Dang it. Hello, Emery. Welcome. You said you couldn't make it for the first part, but I saw your name way at the top. I missed a lot of stuff, actually. Hold on. Okay, Doug said goodbye. That's where we ended, or where I ended. Fidel says, I've been aggressively putting money into my store in the recent weeks. Even if I went a full month with no orders, it paid off. Oh, wait. Even if I went a full month with no orders and it paid off, 7 orders in April so far. High hopes. Nice. Awesome. 7 orders in, 3 days? Not bad. That's very good. Lego Military Box says I take 20%, and the 20% I take, goes to buying Lego and some other bits. That says, the way I've seen it for not taking money out is I don't need money right now, so would rather invest it into the store again and there'd be more. That is very true. If I needed to pay myself, if I didn't have another job and that's just not my personality. I don't like not working. I actually hate not working. I hate not having something to do. And sitting watching TV, in my opinion, is not something to do. Occasionally, but it's just, I want to be doing something, which is part of the reason that BrickLink is awesome, because when I'm not doing, filming or whatever I'm doing outside, I can come in and do some work in here, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I feel like I'm being productive and stuff. It may not be the healthiest thing, to be honest, but it's what I like. If I needed money, BrickLink could, I guess, be that income that I actually need to pay myself, but the store would grow slower. So, yeah, that's. Just Brick says, most of the profit I've taken from my store has been in the form of Lego. And Ben says, and then there will be more money to take out later when I do it. Try to stop doing this. But I have taken a few things. That's something we don't do, is take, well, no, not that we've never done it. But we try not to take pieces from the store. We try to keep the store and ourselves separate. And if we're building something, we're not going to take, a $100 order from the store for free. The business is a business, and our personal stuff is our personal stuff. The semi-hard thing to justify at the moment is for YouTube. if it's for YouTube, technically YouTube is part of Just a Brick in the Bucket as a entity, as a business, so it's a little difficult there. But if Paul just, for example, wanted to build a set and we had 90% of the pieces, we'll give a discount, obviously, like I was gonna say cast member discount, an employee discount or something. But we're not gonna Paul's not just gonna take $100 worth of pieces for free. It'll be 50% off or something, or whatever. It's not worth losing. And like at the same time, he would go pick that order on his own time, all that kind of stuff. So the operating costs, I guess, are lower. Also, not going to ship it, things like that. So it's cheaper, but it is. We're not going to lose money on something like that. That's something we've tried to do, is not take stuff from the business for personal use, because it is a business that I don't know. Being three of us, it's a little different. If it was, for example, I was the only owner of the company and I wanted to take a paper towels that we bought or something, or a whatever it was that the business purchased, technically that's entirely my money. But if Paul takes a ton of pieces, that's actually cutting into profit for Kyle and I, so it doesn't really work like that. So that's what we've been trying to do. It makes more sense, though, if you're a single person or a single owner, if you're taking something, because at that point it really is your property as opposed to the businesses, and you're taking it from other people. So yeah, it's whatever. Assist Official, welcome to the stream. How are you? I think you sent that a long time ago. I've been not scrolling down. I apologize. Soulflame says it depends on what stock you put your money in. I assume that was to me saying it's a long-term investment. Emery says, interesting, I was going to do sticks for side money. I thought it was boring, so I decided BrickLink would be better for me. I think he meant stocks. I was going to do stocks for side money. Thought it was boring. Sister says, hi. Soulflame says, yes, that swing trading is different from investing. Yeah, swing trading is investing in my, well, I guess you could Google the definition, but investing in my, I think, is like a more long-term thing. You put money in over time, you expect to get money out, or you expect that money to increase in value or whatever. Swing trading, I think, is, correct me if I'm wrong here, you put money in and you take the money out very quickly and you make less, but now you can take that and put it in again and do the same thing back and forth, and it's quick trading, and you actually make profit off that as a job, so you can kind of like survive off that. Okay, let me make sure I did this all right real quick. Okay, looks like it. But if I'm wrong, please correct me on that. Emery says, I mean, Evan, you were building what would have been a small stock before you opened it. You were building what would have been a small stock before you opened it. Small stock. Oh, do you mean this? I think that's what you mean. I'm investing in that. Yeah, if I didn't open it, but I want it. This is something, you know, if you... I guess you can't really open and play with a stock, but like, yeah, I don't know. Assist Official says, let me donate 200K. JK. Oh, you're going to donate a down payment for my house? Thank you. That would be amazing. Just Brick says, my wife and I are probably going to have to move in order to afford a house anytime soon. Yeah, that's the... Houses, especially where I live at least, are very expensive. I don't know. I mean, the rest of the country is significantly cheaper. Not the rest. Parts of the country are significantly cheaper. But I grew up here. I do enjoy it here. I like it here. But obviously, you pay for living in California. Soulflame says, well, to give you an example, MVIS went from 22 cents to $24, and that's how you get to $1 million. And that went from April of 2020 until February of 2021. Yep, that's a great investment. If you could put $1,000 in, you know, as a 22-cent stock, and they're 24 cents now at $1,000 later, you know, you're making a lot more money there. Ben says, I always feel unproductive watching TV. I'd rather be sorting or used or something else. Exactly. It's 100% how I feel. I, for whatever reason, feel like productivity is the thing that makes me happy. And I know that's not the best thing. I enjoy being stressed because I have too many things to do in a day, and I feel like I need to do this and this and this, but I don't know. That's just how I enjoy it. The Brick Room says, I don't know how many orders you guys get per month, but I have 2,000 lots and have been getting exactly 40 orders for the last few months. So Monday is going to be the sales recap for March. For March? Yes. Wait. Yes, for March. I haven't made that video yet. I got to make that tomorrow, but that'll be the sales recap. We'll see how many orders we did last month. I haven't put the Brick Owl and BrickLink in the same thing. And unfortunately, Brick Freedom, I guess I can go check that. That would be very simple. But we're getting over 100 orders a month at the moment. but exactly 40 orders for the last few months. That's very interesting. Exactly 40. Jess says, do you like the Lego Winnie the Pooh set? I think it's a very nice set. Very cool, actually. I do quite like it. I kind of want it, but again, as this whole thing has kind of been about, we got to focus what I'm spending my money on, or that's not what this has been about, but I'm probably not going to get it. Currently, it is for, what is it, 4 times part out value or something like that? It's going to drop down. It might not be 4, it's something like that. So in terms of parting out, potentially, could be something we get. But I think it's a very cool set. I just probably won't purchase it personally. But yeah, I do like it. I also like the Sesame Street set. It's pretty cool as well. Ben says, with stuff I've taken, it's been the old promo set from Lego orders, so it's been free. Yeah, that's not taking. Again, if you're the only owner, it's technically your property. It's well, depending on how the business registered, but it's technically your money. If you're taking it out, if you take out $100 worth of pieces, you essentially paid yourself $100. If that's the thing, though, if Paul takes out $100 worth of pieces, Kyle and I are losing money, not directly, but in theory losing money because those pieces are not profit. So if you're a sole owner, it really doesn't matter how you do that. As long as you're not hurting the business enough where it's not making money, then that would be a problem. Funbird Creation says, the value of my inventory is higher than what I've spent, and if I just sold suddenly at current prices, it would make a profit. Yeah, that's good. If it didn't, if it wasn't higher than what you spent, there'd be a problem there. There was a period, I'd say at the very beginning, where I'd say always the value of your inventory should be higher than what you spent. Obviously, the initial investment of investing in drawer units and all that kind of stuff maybe would make it a little bit different. But in theory, you should always have a higher inventory worth or value than what you spent. Always, actually, yeah, I think always you should have a higher value. Maxis says, I have a question. Can you support me with my small brick shop? Maxi Brick Store would like to reach 10 orders. 10 orders? Awesome. Cool. How many orders are you at Maxi Brick Store right now? You're in Germany, I think you said. So if anyone is in the EU, go ahead and check out Maxi Brick Store. Let's get Maxi to 10 orders. Or is it Max's Brick Store? I don't know. It depends. You might have been a typo, but yeah. Ben says, wait, $200K is a down payment in California. Yeah, that's a down. Well, in the specific neighborhood I'm in, not quite. That's still not quite a down payment. Almost. But yeah, because I think you're supposed to put 20% down, at least. But yeah, in the neighborhood I am, there's a lot of houses selling right now. There's one directly across the street. It's listed for like 1.2. It'll sell for more than that. There's a lot of people interested. There's another one on the street over that was listed for 1.4, or that sold for 1.4. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff, unfortunately. Or it's a lot of money, unfortunately. Soulflame, swing trading can be short-term, several days, or long swings, several weeks to several months. Investing is when you in a stock for a year or longer. Okay, so long swings can be pretty chill. Gotcha, cool. Emery says in the UK, rent is pretty much the same cost as mortgage. I haven't actually looked at here. It's probably similar here as well. The thing you got to think about, well, no, a mortgage is going to be a little cheaper if you're renting the exact same house. Voice crack. Definitely mortgage is going to be a little bit cheaper over a long period of time. What else do we have here? Evan, would you ever move out of state for a job? Good question. Long term, probably not, to be totally honest with you. Short term, like traveling yeah, absolutely. Long term, moving out of state for a job, probably not. Just because I have too many things established here. Ask me in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that could totally change. But at the moment, no, I don't think I would move out of state. But again, that does not mean I am not willing to travel for an extended period of time. So I guess if that's considered moving. If I was going to go film something, there's a lot of things happening in like Atlanta for shooting. If I had to go move for 6 months to shoot a movie or whatever in Atlanta, that's a possibility. I have no problem with that, but I probably would never move full-time to a different place. Or to a different place if I'm in a position where I can't continue to do what I'm doing. So let's say, I guess, if BrickLink becomes something where I can do management side and just sit behind a computer, Not that that's what I want to do, but BrickLink's making enough money where whatever. And there's this one thing happening, and it's a... See, no, again, a year-long contract or something. I don't think I would do full-time, like forever. It would need to be some sort of time. But, well, I don't know. Okay, here's the situation. If I had a job where I could have a house here and a house in whatever location, maybe. I don't know. It's a very hard question. No clue. I wish I could answer that. I'm not sure though anymore. Soulflame says, I like the Winnie the Pooh set 2 a lot. Not planning to buy it, but Lego did a great job. Yeah, I agree, 100%. It looks really nice, looks awesome, but probably not going to end up buying it. Assist Fisher said, I would move countries. Fidel, what do you think about the Looney Tunes CMF series? I saw those this morning, actually. Those are pretty cool. So potentially, and I'm not 100% sure here, did you guys hear about this? They might be $6 instead of $5. So CMFs used to be, I think, $3, maybe $4. Then they went up to $5 within the past year or two, maybe. And now potentially they might be $6 then. It might be $5.99, at least in the U.S. I don't know if anyone else heard that, but that's what I heard. It's going up a lot. But yeah, the Looney Tunes ones are actually very, very cool. I like that a lot. I thought it was an April Fool's thing, because I saw it this morning, and I saw a picture like on a community post on YouTube or something. In my mind, I was like, oh, cool, but like it's probably not real, because it was April 1st was the other day or whatever. But then I realized it was only posted like 4 hours ago or something, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, actually, that's really cool. And there were multiple posts on that, but very cool. Something I do have to say, I don't think companies can post a serious thing, at least in America. I don't know if this is something everywhere, but I don't think companies can post a serious thing that they're actually trying or excited to announce on April Fool's. I feel like everyone would be like, oh, April Fool's, and it's not real, even if it's actually real. Which I'm not unsure about, but like I feel like that's a thing. You should just, as a company, you have to be careful what day you post like product releases on. 2, 4, 6, 8. Because even close to April Fool's with Lego, I was like, oh, it's not real, but it was. So I don't know. But yeah, I saw the Looney Tunes ones, and I think they're awesome actually. Funbird Creation says, I think the value is higher when you have spent. Wait. I mean, the value is higher than what I've spent on Lego and the drawers and shipping stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's the goal, is to be higher than everything, which is good. Definitely good. Should be especially higher value than the pieces, obviously. But I don't think... Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong here. I guarantee there's a set out there, but I don't know a set that retail price is more expensive than what it would sell for on BrickLink parted out. Now, of course, there's going to be things where it's only a 1 times parted value, or 1.2 or something. Not worth it, obviously, but I don't know anything where you would lose money on. But I guarantee there's stuff out there, so if you know of it, let me know. Because I'm curious, actually. Brickroom says, we'll have to go. Going to hang out with the family. Happy Easter to all. Yeah, happy Easter, Brickroom. Thanks for tuning in if you're still here. Appreciate it. Emery says, what do you think of giving customers a 3% refund for every part they purchase? They clear out the whole lot. If they clear out the whole lot. As part of the store terms. Don't do a refund. And the reason I say don't do a refund, and maybe you can't control this, I'm not sure if there's a way to do this, I'd have to think about it, but I wouldn't do a refund because you're still charged a PayPal shipping, or not a shipping fee, a PayPal transaction fee. So that's the downside to when we give refunds. So if let's say we mess up an order, and we had to give a refund. The problem is not necessarily, let's say we refund the whole order, actually. At that point, you've lost money on the PayPal fee that they charge for the transaction. So if you're refunding 3%, or you said for every lot, I don't know, let's say they order 4 lots, so they ordered the whole thing, is that a 12% refund? Well, that's 12% you were charged for in PayPal that you're giving back to them. Also, 3% is a lot. That's a lot, yeah. 3% refund if they order for every part they purchased. Oh, you're saying for the entire... I don't know. In my opinion, we wouldn't do that. I don't know that it would actually incentivize people. It could. What I would instead do is have tiered pricing. You can go through the pieces. If you have 586 pieces, each piece costs 2 cents. But at 586 in the quantity, if they order all 586, it's only 1.9 cents. And that could potentially incentivize them. And then you're not being charged that fee. That would be a little bit better, I think. Okay, Emery says only if they purchased every lot in the order. Or sorry, only if every lot in the order is purchased everything. Yeah, we probably wouldn't do that just because it's a lot more to process too, and I don't know that it would incentivize people to do that. In addition to that, we're trying to build our lot count. I actually don't mind if people don't purchase everything in the lot. I do get frustrated if there's like 110 items in the lot and they only order 109. That's a little frustrating, but if there's only 4 pieces and they order 3 and there's 1, I don't see that as a big deal anymore. And especially as we begin putting in used pieces, there's a lot more pieces currently that are, there's just 1 piece in the drawer. Or not in the drawer, but there's 1 of that piece in that lot, which is a little disappointing, but I don't foresee that really being a long-term thing that that I'm concerned about anymore. I was concerned about having things, but not anymore, because once we got into used, it's just there's so many pieces like that, so. Yeah, okay. Yeah, JB Just Brick says $6 is a bit ridiculous. Kind of agree. And yeah, Ben says they're real, Evan. Fidel says maybe they reduced the series to only 12 SIGs per series to compensate the price increase for I don't know. I don't think so. Potentially. But, like, you're still only getting 1 minifig. You know, instead, it's essentially like saying, I'm going to order 5 pizzas, right? And each pizza is going to cost $10. But now, since, well, no, this is a weird analogy. Very weird analogy. I don't know. Never mind. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not sure why they decreased it to 12, but I don't think the price increase is good. But people are still going to buy it, and Lego's going to make a ton of money, and that's just what's going to happen. Yeah, JB says maybe they're adding something special. I don't know. Yeah, Ben says they were leaks, no official. That's why I thought they were potentially not real, just because. But the picture I saw was very real, but people can Photoshop, so who knows. But yeah, they were leaks, not official. I don't think they were official. I didn't see anything official on them. Ben says, a technical analysis, fundamental analysis, different trade, investing. Talking about investing now with Ben is what Soulflame's doing. I'm not going to read that right now. Fidel says, here in Mexico we do the same, but it's December 28th, and I always fall for a couple announcements. Oh, interesting. December 28th. Huh. That's cool. Instead of April Fools on April 1st. Very interesting. Just Brick says those little classic sets are pretty... Oh, that's true. The little ones that are like just green, just blue. Yeah, I think you can actually lose money on those. Pretty confident you can, actually, yeah. Funbrick Creations also says, plus the value of the store has gone up as I parted out a few promo sets that I got when spending a certain amount on Lego. Yeah, that's what's awesome about when the promo's on Lego. If you want to sell the promo, you can generally make a good amount more money than you could have if you just didn't get the promo. And it's free. You technically, you know, Lego's not losing money on the promos. But yeah, totally. It's a great way to make a little bit extra money. Oh, wow, this is complicated. All right. Gotta make 10 of these. Let's see what else we got going on here. Fidel says tier pricing has worked very well, or pretty well for me so far. Yeah, that's something we haven't done, is tier pricing. We haven't thought of it, or haven't gone through, because as far as I know, oh, I guess you could technically update all the tiered pricing on like Brickstock or something, or Brickstore. But 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, we haven't really used too much tier pricing. 8, 9, and 10. Emery says your idea is better. Yeah, I don't know that's necessarily better. It's just not something we would do. I'm not telling you you shouldn't do it. Just for me, I see one flaw where there's the potential to to lose money because of the PayPal fee. That would be my concern with that. Okay, this is a very interesting way to do this. So we're building like what looks to be like the fire escape things on the side of the building. I don't know if that's what it is or what it's supposed to mimic. But it's a very fancy, I guess you could say, way of doing this with the rotated things. But I guess it's working. Cool. Yeah, so 10, 5 on this side, 5 on the other side, and then that is it. So we're almost done bag 2 here. Bag 3 is pretty small. So this stream is Oh, wow, it's already 4:30. It's crazy. I didn't realize it was already 4:30. Okay, the stream will for sure go 2 hours then. I was going to say, I don't think the stream's going to be super long, but yeah, it's been an hour and a half. There's some more chat here. Welcome, Parker. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I think I missed your chat. How are you today? Ben T says, yeah, the part out on some of those here are less than the retail price. Yeah, specifically those classic, yes. I didn't think about those. Those are bad. Ben says, Easter Bunny promo set was great. Spend over 60 pounds, and the polybag and carrot house parted out for 30. Yeah, that was even last year's Easter set was a pretty good promo. I think I can't quite remember. Last year was you got the egg and the bunny. Is that what you meant? Maybe that's what you meant. Oh no, the carrot house. We didn't get any promo sets this year or this Easter. We didn't get any Easter promo sets this year. We definitely have got lots of promo sets though. Maybe not lots. Some people get tons of promo sets. The hard thing for me is justifying spending retail price on Lego. It's not always worth it to get the promo sets. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but yeah. Noah, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Emery says, is there a way to add tiered pricing to every lot without doing it manually? Yeah, on the inventory page, just like Ben said, you can scroll down to the bottom, you can add the tiered pricing. The problem would be, I don't know if you're able to max out the tiered. For example, if you have 42 pieces in one lot and 731 in another lot, I don't know that you can do that manually. Do that automatically. That's what I wasn't sure why you might need to use Brick Store, but even then I don't know if you could just max out that field and have it continuously update. That would be a cool feature in Brick Freedom. It'd be a very cool feature in Brick Freedom over time. Would be to update your inventory with tiered pricing. Be able to update the tiered price of your inventory as opposed to what? Oh. As opposed to just the regular prices. Okay, let me keep reading. Soulflame says, are those rotated things the candle pieces? Yes, they are. They're the white candle pieces. Assist Official says, man, reading a lot about Earth 2, which was like the new thing in crypto world. It's supposed to be a concept of Ready Player One and the Matrix. What do y'all think? I really want to invest in it. Yeah, Paul, you mentioned that I think last week. I think it was you. Last week you mentioned that. And Paul looked into it, and then we continued to kind of look into it a little bit more after, and it's a very interesting concept. Very interesting. I don't know if I'll invest in it right now. It's definitely something I think in the future that'll be something. But right now I'm not 100% confident that it's going to grow like crazy. But I also could be totally wrong on that, and it could be totally worth investing in right now. But yeah, the Earth 2 was very, very cool to read about and look at after the stream. We were trying to close up last time, and I'm pretty sure you were the one who said, what do you guys think about Earth 2? And then Paul Googled it real quick and gave a real quick summary. Yeah, very interesting concept. Definitely very interesting concept. Okay. This is a very weird building, but I'm trying. Okay. I think that looks pretty nice. All right, let's finish this up. We're almost done bag 2 here, and we will finish with bag 3. So, I saw some more chat. Yeah, just bricks. We did talk about Earth 2 at the very end of last stream. Yeah, the Chinese New Year set, or the new Chinese set has a 2.8 times part of value. You get the promo, obviously, if you buy multiple. Ben says, I have some money in Stellar Lumen Crypto, made 4 times my money since I put it in, so can't argue with that. But that was just a bit of fun against someone's work. We had a competition. Cool. Just Brick says, wait. Ben, that's the set you got for the 2 promos? Yeah. On March 31st, Fidel said, a happy customer recommended my store on several Facebook Lego groups. I'm sure that triggered the wave of orders I had. Happy customers can do wonders for your business. 100% agree. If people are happy with your store, people talk about it and then they go. Absolutely. That's awesome. Good for you. Oh, boy. Sorry. But yeah, awesome that people are recommending your store. I believe this goes like this. Yep, that looks right. Okay, next is bag 3, and we just have to build the very tall building. I don't remember what it is called. I'm sure I can go through the book and figure out what it's called, but it's I believe it's the tallest building in the world. You guys are going to get to it before I do, or you guys will say what it is. Oh, the Burj Khalifa, yes. The tallest building in the world. Oh, okay, wow. Ben's still waiting. You're still waiting for the stores to open. Crazy. Ben, you keep saying that you're waiting for the stores to open to get more. How many sets do you have, like, in a backlog, kind of sitting, like, aside that you're waiting to part out until you can get more sets of them? It seems like a ton. Because you keep saying, I'm waiting to get more of that set, waiting to get more of that set, waiting to get more of that set. Just Brick says, I owned a few stocks a couple years back, sold all them for a profit, not much, but it was fun. They were Six Flags and SeaWorld. Fidel says, bought some gold mines in Mexico, my middle school, my house, and other random bits of the world. That's pretty cool. And gold mines in Mexico, that's interesting. So I guess, like, if you buy a gold mine in Mexico, or the on Earth too, because that's I think what you're talking about. How does that why does the price go up of that? Like, or like your house, for example. You know, the crypto world of your house. Why does I'm confused as to why that price goes up over time. To me, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. Ben says only about a dozen or more. I'm waiting for more of. Okay, I ordered some Lego since the purchase limits. Oh, they went up. Oh, I did not know that. Interesting. Just Bricks said, or Soulflame says, Just Bricks. Wow, SeaWorld went from $7 from crash last year to $50. Just looked it up. Wow. Sits Official says because gold goes up in value in the real world, and that makes it go up in the crypto world too if you buy the property of the gold mine. Gold mines are the good leverage on gold price. Lego Military Mox says thanks for the great stream. Thank you for being here. Have a good evening, Lego Military Mox, or I think good evening. I think you're in the U.S. I could be wrong. Wow, Ben says I have about 3,500 pounds of sets to part out though. Yeah, you bought a lot this month. 3,500 pounds, not in the weight, but in the dollar amount. Yeah, that is a lot to part out. So home delivery limits are standard across the UK in terms of ordering things on Lego.com. Yeah, find a friend and a different credit card. Do they track the location or the address and the credit card? And then I guess a different account too? Yeah, they probably do. I guess for us, we have a lot of things we could do. Like, it could be Paul's credit card, my credit cards, or debit cards or whatever, the business, this address, my parents' house, Kyle's house. Yeah, there's a lot of... I mean, I have other friends I could just ship stuff to. Totally. There's a lot of things I think you can find stuff with to get around the purchase limits of buying Lego. Even if you're not supposed to. It makes sense why they have purchase limits. It makes perfect sense because everyone has to share. They don't want people buying 1,000 of something and then... Okay, is this something where I have to make like 3 of it and then I'm going to build 1 and then later on be like, oh, I had to make 3? Probably. Let's see. No, it is not. Okay, cool. Yeah, Ben says I have a few workarounds to get more. 2 addresses. Yeah. Sis Official says, Fidel, do you think everything will go up like crazy when Phase 2 comes around? What is Phase 2? What is Phase 2 of Earth 2? That sounds interesting. Or maybe you don't want to share it. You want to keep it private. Because then you'll make more money. Actually, it's not like other people will take your money, I guess. SeaWorld was 15 when I bought it, says Just Bricks. Went up to 32 when I sold. Six Flags was about $10 to $15 increase as well. Nice. This building is going to just be a lot of repetition. Oh, lots of repetition. Exactly what this is. But once this one's done, that's the whole Skyline set. I can finally put it on the wall and be done. Although I got to get the other two still. So, what do I need? Chicago and I keep forgetting the other one. Venice. Chicago and Venice. Those are the two I need. Fidel says, I think cheap land will have the biggest percentage increase, but I do believe prices will eventually go up crazy on phase 2, especially very visited places. Interesting. When they announce the VR game, is what Assist Official says. That'll be interesting. That'll be very cool. So many studs here. Looks like we just parted out a set. We have like tons of studs. Oh, so this is trans light blue. We have trans light blue over there that I got out of a the Frozen set, and it does not match the trans light blue that we have. It's very weird. Doug mentioned this in a comment, I think, on the last video. He said, what was that on the desk? It is trans light blue, but it is not, like, it's very weird. It's not actually trans light blue. I mean, it must be, but it's a different color. Totally different color. Very weird. And I didn't want to put it in the store, so that's why it's just kind of sitting there. Because it totally seems wrong. But yeah, apparently it's trans light blue. Let me show you real quick. I don't know if you can. You're probably not gonna be able to tell on camera, especially because they're different pieces. But the one on you can't really tell. The one on your guys' left side is the little pyramid piece. It is totally a different color than the trans light blue that's everywhere else. I don't know why. It almost looks like it's aged, but the problem is it came out of a set that wasn't 20 years old or anything, and yeah, it's very weird. So I don't exactly know what that was about, but yeah, we have trans light blue that's not actually trans light blue. Came out of a legit Lego set. Every other piece was totally perfect. Does anyone else have trans light blue that is a different shade of trans light blue? We have tan that's different. We have tan is a big one that's different. The gold one. What's it called? Pearl gold has some different shades for sure. But that's the first one I've ever seen that is a trans that's a different color. Funberg Creation says, do you know what are some of the most popular sets that you have parted out that has a lot of parts sold quickly? I don't know. I wish I had that information. Unfortunately, I really don't. I've noticed that with Ninjago, the minifigs sell so fast. Like, they are out of our store very quickly, and we're constantly adding Ninjago stuff. So I could say Ninjago figs, but I'm not sure about the pieces. There are some Ninjago pieces that do not sell. They're just very weird parts, and that, I guess, just how it is. But other, like the minifigs seem to sell very well. CMF accessories, usually the minifigs too, but the accessories definitely sell pretty quick. But CMFs are getting harder to come by now, especially with the price increase of $6 for the Looney Tunes. That is too much in my opinion. It'll probably be too much for BrickLink to put it on. Now, obviously, with that, I guess, is the price of it will go up. Like in order to, the price of what it can sell for will be higher. I don't know that it'll be high enough that the margins make sense though for BrickLink sellers to have the Looney Tunes figs in their store. Although right off the bat, I bet you there will be people who get a few and they sell for a lot. Then tons of people are going to spend retail price on them. They're going to go in the store, then the price is going to drop like crazy because some people are trying to undercut, and then the 6-month sales average is going to go down, and then it just won't. It'll no longer be worth it. Okay, so looks like we're doing something else here. Got this piece. Got this piece. And this piece. All right, let's go about chat. Ben says I've had some yellow hinges where each side of the hinge was a different shade of yellow. Yeah. There are definitely some different colors for sure. Ben says got to sort my end of the year accounts tomorrow. Not going to be fun. No. Have fun doing that though. Try to have fun. Just Bricks says I have glitter trans light blue 1x1 round tiles that match the trans dark blue, but there's never been a glitter trans dark blue. That was something the other day. Paul and I were going through used pieces, and I don't remember what piece it was, but it did not come in light gray. It only came in light bluish gray. But the light gray color that we had, or the light bluish gray, I guess, technically color, I think it was a 1x3 tile, looked exactly like the light gray we have. Not like light bluish gray, exactly like light gray, but they didn't make that piece in that color. And people sell that piece in that color. Oh no, what the heck? Oh, there we go. People sell that piece in that color, so we almost listed it in that color, but Lego didn't make it, so we weren't sure what to do with that, so I think I set it aside. But very weird. I wasn't sure what to do there. I guess that's a question. For those of you that do used, if you come across a piece that is, let's say, light gray, not light bluish gray, but actual light gray, or matches light gray, but it's not actually light gray, because they never made that piece, what do? Do you list it as light bluish gray, and you say it, like, I don't know. Because to me, I couldn't, I think we just set it aside. We weren't sure what to do with it. Ben says, for me on CMFs, I generally aim for 2 times. Yeah, for CMFs, we don't aim for 3 times on CMF. If we can, that's great. But they sell quickly. They don't take forever to part out. Actually, they're very fast to part out. They sell quickly. They sell at a high value, too. So even though it costs $10 to get it, if it sells for $20, that's not exactly, but if it sells for $20, that's great. A 2 times is perfect there, because it's not like we bought it for 4 cents and we're selling it for 8 cents and we had to put all this time in. So the margin is smaller, but the actual amount you get is higher, which is awesome. Ordered 20 cases of Looney Tunes, so let's hope they do well. 20 cases, that is quite a bit. Fidel says part out some Lego Movie 2 sets and the minifigs sell well. Here, the Lego Movie 2 minifigs. Lego Movie 2. Yeah, no. Those do not sell here, at least from our experience. So good for you that they're selling. But I have not seen... We have a lot of Emmett. We have a lot of... Yeah, we have a lot. They just don't quite sell here for some reason. Let's see what else we got here. Oh no. The chat got long. Like, they're no longer short messages. They're much longer messages. Ben says it could be that the parts used to be available on a pick-a-brick wall or some other way that's not in the set. That is true. Because that happened with, we had 2x2 plates in dark green. And it never came in a set. But it was on, or at the Legoland Florida pick-a-brick wall. And those sold for a lot. Those were awesome. So yeah, I guess that's true. And we could list them as... I mean, they match the light gray color pretty much perfectly, so I suppose... I don't know if it's bad to sell it as light gray. I feel bad selling it as light bluish gray, though. because it doesn't match the other light bluish gray. So yeah, maybe we'll list those as light gray, even though they didn't make it in that, as far as I can tell, or it was never in a set. So yeah. Fidel says someone bought 10 city minifigs from me. Never thought they would sell. Yeah, we don't sell a ton of city either, but occasionally we get that one purchase that has like a few city figs in it. So you know, kind of not my motto, but oh wait, are we done? Something I kind of thought about. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is everything sells, and we kind of say that. It does seem every piece sells, like over time. So who knows? Fisher says, I'll copy the Field's comment. Again, LOL. Each country has its own price, which is driven up in the secondary market. Also lifted supply and increasing demand pushes the prices, such as in the real world. That makes sense. Emery says, I never had an Emmett, and I'm selling 3. Wouldn't hurt to keep one, I guess, right? Yeah, if you want one. If you don't want it, then I would just say sell it, because then there's more money for you to get something you do want. But yeah, up to you. Ben says, I started parting out. City minifigs generally sit for a while, and the minifig parts do better. Oh, actually, that is what we've been doing, too. That also might be why many city figs haven't been selling, because we don't have many city figs. But yeah, Paul, we parted out the city minifig pack, or whatever, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I think it's city minifig pack or something like that. And Paul parted out the figs. He didn't build them and list them, because I don't think those would sell. But yeah, that was a good idea. Ben says, I bought a lot of city sets lately. Are you finding that city sets are paying off and are worth it? Because for us, that was something that we... Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun. For us, city is almost never worth it. Yeah, pretty much never worth parting out. It doesn't financially make any sense. But yeah, for you, good if that makes sense. The thing about city sets that I've always kind of wondered is, for the most part, you know, we parted out a few, and I haven't really seen a ton of pieces sell, but we parted out a few, and I'm curious is it beneficial to get city sets because most people aren't finding the margins on those city sets, and meaning less people have those sets, and then the pieces end up selling quicker or something because less people have them. Jeez, I'm doing this wrong. I've always wondered that. So we haven't got many city sets, but I've wondered. Same idea with, is it worth spending like a 2.5 times thing on a set that no one else is going to buy because you have those pieces and people might buy from you now. It's another thing I've struggled with finding a direct answer to. Ben, did he get 50% offset to Tesco? Ben says they were 2.6 to 2.7 times at wholesale and added over 50% new lots. That's the one reason I got them. Yeah, the new lots for city would be great for us, but as far as I can tell, we have not found even like 2.6, 2.7 times part out for most of them. We find maybe 2 times. Some of them don't even part out for like 2 times, and it's just like, can't do that for sure. Ben says got about 5 to 6 different ones. Nice. Funberry Creation says, I find pearl gold and the medium nougat are sometimes hard to tell difference between, and both come in slightly different shades of colors. Haven't had much of the old type of colors. Yeah, colors are difficult. That's why color charts are necessary. Okay, we got section 2, I suppose, of that building done. Ben says, I'm also trying to buy sets others don't have at the moment. Yeah, that's what we're kind of looking into doing. Ninjago is good for parting out, in my opinion, 100%. Yeah, Soulflame Ninjago is good for parting out. I agree. Assist official says, am I going crazy or can I hear people in the background? Thank goodness I literally opened my window twice. I don't know. Can you hear people in the background? I'm not sure. I don't think I hear people. I could be wrong on that though. Since we're using the camera mic now, since my lapel died, it's gonna pick up everything in this room. But I don't think I heard people. I don't know. Are there ghosts in here? That's not good. Ben says even if the part it's only 2.5, he's still trying to get other sets at the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm a little not sure about. Because we're doing used, the used margin is so much higher, I don't know if I want to lower the new margin from 3 times to 2.5. So it's a little, I don't know. I've thought about it, but I'm not sure anymore. We'll see what we end up doing. Soul Flame says city sets are pretty bad for parting out, in my opinion. Yeah, from what I've seen, and its value specifically, that city sets are not good for parting out. I think the pieces, though, are probably sell. Minifigs probably don't sell for most of them, but who knows. Lego elves do well, says Soulflame, though. Ben says, yeah, 20 or 25 of the transporter and like 10 of something of the friends ones. Cool, and I think that's what he was talking about, 2.5 part out. For city sets, I only go for people packs, says Fidel. Yeah, so we've only parted out a couple city sets, and we didn't directly buy them from Walmart. We bought them in the big bulk thing of like tons of Lego we got, and that ended up, I think, paying off. Well, it paid off. I mean, I think the city sets, are selling, but I'm also not 100% confident on the margin of what is selling versus what is just sitting. But our people packs, I've packed a lot of minifig parts, and we don't have a ton of minifig parts, except for the ones that we got from Legoland, Florida, and those pieces, those sell great. They're still selling. We have so many of them, but also they are selling, or the people pack is selling, I think, pretty well as well. So people pack seemed like it was definitely worth it to part out with the minifigs separate. So yeah, we probably, if we can in the future, and I always went to Walmart and I waited for this one city people pack or minifig pack, whatever it's called, to go on sale, and it never did. But we finally got one of them in the Lego, or the box of Lego. But for that, I would be happy buying more of those, I think. I'm pretty sure. Night 40K, welcome to the stream. Night 40K says, I have a metallic gold cheese slope with a worn-off finish straight from the box. I listed this and it's sold, but it made sure clearly mark it as defective. People will buy old variants if the price is right. Okay. Farber Creation says, I'm now on the hunt to find a good color chart to help with sorting colors. Yeah, we need a color chart. Currently what we do is, if we're not sure on the color, we go to our inventory, find what color we think it is, go to that drawer and verify. It takes a lot longer than a color chart would, but we just haven't made a color chart yet, or purchased one. I guess we could purchase one, too. But I prefer not to have to buy one, because they're probably not super cheap. Can you guys still hear me? I don't know. Let's see if I can hear myself talking right now. Yep, I can hear myself. Okay, cool. Sorry, the printer turned on, and now that the printer's on, I can't hear anything, so I wasn't sure if my audio died again. Ben says, I want to get 5 to 10 of the city gardens. That's a lot of them. But with Lego stores being closed and those being limited to 1 per person, it'll be difficult to rack them up. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely difficult. You could probably get, 3? Or a few? But 10 is a lot. And I would imagine it's kind of difficult to get that many. Unless you have 10 friends who are willing to pay for it, and then you just pay them back or whatever. That'd be a good way to do it. Yeah, Emery says, I only got 4 of the tree houses, and the employees looked like they were going to kill me. Ben says, yeah, I've had entire trolleys confiscated of me. Just got to learn which stores don't care. Elves do very well, I've heard. I have not. We've never had an elf set, as far as I know. Emery says we probably should hire friends to buy the sets. Exactly. Soulflame, in my opinion, you want to part out the sets that have rare colors, shapes, and minifigs. City is one of those themes that has neither. Yeah, I would say generally that's the case with City. There's not a ton of uniqueness with City. Some sets are cool. I actually, as a kid, loved City sets, specifically construction. wait a second, do they not have many construction sets anymore? How many construction sets do they still have? Because as a kid, I had so many construction sets. I loved that. I loved building massive construction things. That was so much fun. Assist official, thank you for tuning in. Have a good evening. It is 2 a.m. in Denmark. Good night and happy Easter. Happy Easter. Have a good sleep, I guess. Alright, we're getting close here, actually. Though there's still a lot of studs in that pile, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Just Brick says, color charts are helpful, but pricey if you want to complete them. Yes, that is definitely the case. What I've been thinking about is, and I don't know if it's, I mean, financially it's probably smarter than buying a color chart, but as we're doing used, when we find a piece that is a color that we're like, oh, this is whatever color that's different, keeping it. And then as we keep it, we now have that color that we can build on our color chart with. But the downside of that is we cannot sell that piece then. So it's kind of, it's cutting into profit technically. But again, you can kind of look at it as you're saving money because you didn't have to spend it to get a color chart or whatever it might be. But yeah, that's something I've thought about doing is as we get the used, just kind of stop and don't list that piece and label it or do whatever we do for an official color chart type thing. Okay, we're done with the third little tower, it looks here, I believe. Yes, we're done with the third little tower, and hopefully it's the same height. It is. Okay, cool. So now we got these 3 towers here, and this is the base of the building. Soulflame says we hear you. Perfect. Cool. Oh, just kidding. We're going to build more to the base. So we're going to build 3 of these. From Brick says, I bought 12 of the Super Mario blind bags at my local store, and the employees were fine with me taking the whole lot that were available from the counter. I think with blind bags, to me, that makes more sense than buying like a ton of the same set. Because if you're buying all the blind bags, it's possible you just want to get all of the figures inside. If you're buying 6 of the same set from the Lego store, it might be a little different. It might look a little bit like you're trying to resell, which some stores don't mind. Some stores, that's exactly what they don't want you to do. So I think it just depends on the store and stuff. Okay, 3 of these. These actually go on the base, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Fun Brick says, Fun Brick Creation says, I'm selling the parts as used once I found the characters that I don't need to complete the collections. Oh, cool. So you actually are completing the collection. You're not reselling those. So yeah, I think that's totally, realistic that people buy a lot of the minifig packs to try and complete the collection. And then Emery brings up a good point. Says Lego bought BrickLink, so they have no right to complain. That's something I've thought about too. Is, I mean, part of it is they do have the right to complain because you're taking it away from the consumer who wants to have that set and build it and enjoy it for what it is. But at the same time, you are also you're buying from them generally at retail price if you're buying directly from Lego, and then you're actually able to take, let's say a $100 set, and then you can actually give them an additional $3 of that $100 because they take the 3% of the BrickLink transaction sales as well. So technically they make more money, but also the consumer's not getting what they want then at the normal retail price. They're going to have to go, pay for something somewhere else if they want that set more because it costs more or whatever. So I understand that in that sense as well, because eventually if only sellers, kept buying all the Lego stuff, even if Lego makes 3% extra on this other side, the consumer is beginning to, this is very weird, the consumer is beginning to be the one that's kind of punished for it because they're now having to pay the inflated prices, which doesn't really make sense, and eventually Lego, I'm sure, would jump in and be like, hey, we can't do this anymore, because it is hurting their market then. Okay. So how does this go? This looks to go, needs to be centered like so. Yeah, awesome. Alrighty. there we go. We've installed that. Now we just got to build the top of the building, and we're done. Funbrick Creature says, I'm not sure my last message made sense. Who says? Plus, if we're buying the sets, I mean, buyers can get the parts they need instead of buying a whole set for just one part. That is true. They can get the one part, but Lego's intention is not to sell people single pieces. Lego sells a complete set. So that makes sense as well in terms of Lego's perspective on it. Soulflame says, in Belgium, supermarkets don't care, but smaller stores that offer Lego, smaller stores or the Lego store doesn't like adults buying out an entire shelf. Exactly. Ben says, one pet peeve I have with stores is when an item is on clearance and they don't let you buy the shelf full. It's on clearance to get rid of, LOL. Yeah, I do kind of agree with that. If you're buying like the whole thing and it's not on clearance, they probably want it to go to different people. But if it is on clearance, that means they're trying to get rid of it. So yeah, I agree. I think you should be able to buy the whole shelf. That actually should make them happy in theory, because you've done them the service of getting rid of that piece or that part or that, what am I saying? That set. So, or that item, whatever's on the shelf at clearance. So I agree with you there, 100%. Yeah, Soulflame says I agree as well. Emery says, yeah, unfortunately ethics come into play, obviously, but I never swoop a whole shelf of sets that kids certainly want, or kids clearly want. Yeah, like if I think Paul and I talked about it, or maybe Kyle and I talked about it at some point. If a kid walked into let's say there were 3 sets, and they were, I don't know, Minecraft themed sets, and we saw those 3, and they're on sale, and we put them in the cart, and a kid walks by and is like, I want that set. Or whatever it might be, and points to our cart. I'm not going to be like, oh, sorry, kid, you know, we got it before you. I'm going to, like, give the kid the set, hand him the set. I'm not going to be like, oh, not after we paid for it, but if we were still in the store shopping around and stuff and the kid saw it and the kid wanted it, I would never be like, no, you can't have it because we bought it, or because it's in our cart. You know, ethically, I feel like that's terrible to do. So we would definitely hand that kid that set. But if no one's there, if no one's buying it, if it's on clearance, you know, I do. It's a free market. I do feel to an extent there's a, you know, there's the right for us to buy the sets that are there. But yeah, I would never go in and take candy from a baby. Is kind of what it's like. I would very much try to make that kid happy, as long as like they're actually gonna buy it. If the kid's just like, I want it, and then I give it to the kid, and then I walk away, and then the mom's like, no, we can't get it, and puts it on the shelf, it'd be like, okay, I will go back and get it then. But if a kid really actually wanted it, I would give it to him. Night 40K says, I bought 7 Sith Trooper battle packs from the Lego store. Employees were fine with it, despite the website limiting to 3. Yeah, certain stores I don't think care. Soulflame says, yeah, but most sets are meant for kids. Yeah, that's true. Ben says, I generally don't clear entire shelves, get a few from many different places. Yeah, that's what we end up having to do. We may clear the shelf, but we only got one of that item on the shelf, so it's not like actually clearing the shelf in the sense of like, you know, walking by with a cart in front of you and put your arm on the shelf and walking and all just falling into your thing. That has never happened with us, unfortunately. Or we've never been able to do that. Just there's not enough clearance around us to do that, unfortunately. Okay, how does this one go? Ben says there was a store here and they had the entire shelf of Lego on clearance, not on sale, and they wouldn't let me buy it all. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. They're trying to get rid of it. In my opinion, they should want to get rid of it in one swoop. That's so much easier and quicker, and they can restock that shelf with whatever they were trying to put on that shelf, because that's why they clearanced it. I mean, I don't know. I don't run the store, but to me that makes more sense. Okay, this is very intricate. There are lots of little pieces here to do this. It's very tedious. Okay. Ben says, yeah, I would do the same, Evan. I assume that's in reference to not taking candy from a baby, as I said. Bumber Creation says, I bought one of the Harry Potter classroom sets, the 3 or 4 that were there on the shelf at my local Target, but if I saw others looking at it, I would also give one to someone else. Yeah, Emery says, me too. Yeah, Soulflame says, why not? Maybe that's stupid because they know the resellers make good money on it. That's true. People could just be like, no, I don't want to let you make money. Like that's the sad thing too, is they just want to be like, nah, just no, because you're you or whatever. My chair's squeaking. I don't know if you guys can hear that. These chairs are very squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. This instruction booklet is very, I don't know. I don't want to say confusing, but not clear like this. In my opinion, this should be one of the moments where Lego has the overhead shot and you can like look at it and line it up at the angle. This should be, it kind of just shows it in there, but it's like not. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just kind of like that. That's what we're gonna go with. I don't know. Yeah, Emmer says, maybe if BrickLink makes me rich one day, I'll give the odd free set to a kid after purchasing it. Yeah, definitely. That'd be cool. Just Brick Killen says, I bought 5 Mario Polys that were on clearance for $150, 12 video packs, and 2 Raya and the Last Dragon Polys from Target today. They were like picking up a few things for the kids, eh? Yes, that's your answer, always. Ben says, I had someone come in and collect some stuff they'd bought from me, like hundreds of pounds worth, and they came with their kid and I gave them a poly bag for free from my store. That's very nice. That's awesome. Funbrick Creation says, if I'm asked at the Lego store why I'm buying a few cups from Pick-a-Brick Wall, I say making mocks, even if it's for BrickLink. I don't think I've ever been asked buying Pick-a-Brick cups. I do that because I'm never sure if the employees even know about BrickLink. I'm sure some employees know about BrickLink. I don't know about all of them, but some of them have to know. I don't think it's a silent thing, especially now that Lego owns it. I would think it's a little more, a little more what? A little more apparent that Lego owned. I don't know what I'm saying. Was that right? Yeah, I guess that's right. Okay. Emery says, the other year I bought 3 cups just for myself. Reasonable, right? Ben says, I try to get a good mix of stuff from Pick-a-Brick rather than 10 cups of the same part. Yeah, me too, actually. If we were to go to Pick-a-Brick Cup, I don't know. I haven't got Pick-a-Brick in a while. But yeah, I wouldn't get 10 cups of the same piece. I'd get a mix of a few things, I think. Fidel says, I'm planning to build my army of soldiers from the Western theme from the 90s, but very few are being sold in different stores. Although I do have some sealed old Western sets, don't know what to do. I think you just have to, if you're trying to, I guess BrickLink is the option there. You just buy more on BrickLink. I don't know. See, this looks totally wrong. That doesn't make sense right there. I don't know, I guess it does. It just seems very weird to me. Let's see. Never get more than 10 to 12 cups at a time usually. Wow. I have never got that many cups. I think the most I've ever got was 4. 10 to 12 cups is a lot. Oh my god, that takes so much time to just fill up. But you said you used the excuse of you want to get the promo, but you don't want to spend the money for a new set, or you don't want to get a new set. That actually makes sense. I feel like a decent amount of people probably do that. It's probably harder when the promo is like spend over $150 or $200, but I think it makes more sense when you're when it's spend over $50 or $100 maybe, and you get it like what would that be, 5, 6, 7 Pick-a-Brick cups, something like that to get over. Yeah, maybe. You would have to get a lot of Pick-a-Brick cups to do that. So I'm curious if this is, and I'm sure someone out there knows, if this is the tallest building. Actually, Funbrick, you said you had this set. Is this the tallest building out of the all of the Skyline sets? Because Shanghai has a very tall building over there, and right now this is not going to hit the height of Shanghai. I don't know if I assume Lego would do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I would assume Lego would do the not the scale, but the the height of this building should be the highest out of all the skylines because it's the tallest building. Ah, we're building the top now. It looks very tall. Phil says, I once found a supermarket with all Lego 50% off, but I didn't have enough money to buy it. Still waiting for another huge sale like that one. Yeah. I haven't seen something like that in a while. Ben says, I spoke to someone who does Amazon FBA, and that means fulfilled by Amazon, and told them the store, and they said the manager there has a friend who buys out, hence why it's limited purchasing, control, corruption. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. The manager wants to take advantage of the benefits that that person has. And it kind of ruins it for everyone. Soul Flame Maze, that's what I usually wait for, like a big sale. If you want to go in, they're cheap. Holding the minifig for 2 to 3 years, they often repay the entire set. Oh, wow. That's cool. Interesting. Funberry Creation says, I try to get a bunch of all the available parts rather than buy a whole cup of a part as I want to add more lots to the store. Exactly. Rather than just a heap of parts. Yeah, that's what I would like to do now as well. Before we realized what lot count was, I'd only get like maybe 6 or 7 pieces that I thought would sell well, but I'd fill up the whole cup with only those like 6 or 5 pieces or whatever it was, because I was hoping that the higher quantity of pieces was going to pay off. And not that I was terribly wrong, but I would say it was different. Lot count would have been better. We should have focused on getting a ton of different pieces in 1 cup or 2 cups or whatever, than focusing on getting... Oh, no, I'm doing this wrong. Oh, no, I'm doing this right. Then focus on getting a ton of the same piece. I've never filled up 1 cup with like 1 piece, or 1 cup with 2 pieces. Maybe even 1 cup with 3 pieces. It's always been... Oh, no. 1, 2, 3... Oh, I did this right. Okay. I've always filled it up with a variety. Just because it seems like even at 1 piece, like, that's a lot of pieces, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe go check that one video I did way at the beginning of when we started YouTube, and see if I'm just talking incorrectly. I could be. Okay, we're getting very close to done here. I'm excited. I want to get this set on the wall. It's also been just about 2 hours about 2 hours, I think, since I actually started. We were a couple minutes late, and then we all got to turn the page. I assume that piece goes next, though. Nope, I'm wrong. Started a few minutes late and then had that little title screen as well. It's a little behind today, trying to get some orders packed and ready before I had to stream. Alright, we're just building with studs now. Studs all the way up. Ben says, I want to get a lot more masonry bricks. Masonry bricks for us seem to sell really well. We have dark orange ones that don't sell well, but other than that, every other color seems to sell pretty well. Even dark orange sells. It just doesn't sell at the quantity I was kind of hoping it would sell at. 4 of those. 4 of these. I want to make sure I get the height of this right. I believe that is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and oh wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 5 of these. Perfect. The pear set is the highest on my shelf of the architecture sets. Dang it! Then Shanghai is going to be taller than this one, if you have this one. So it's not quite to scale. I figured it would be. I figured they would make this one the tallest, since this is the tallest building in the world. I guess I assumed wrong. We can do a quick comparison after this. I can grab the Shanghai set, and we can test it out. But that's disappointing. Wow, Ben says he got 2,500 of the masonry bricks before lockdown. They're all gone now. That's awesome. Ben says try to do 1 or 2 parts per cup, easier to separate. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I'd probably say I'd mix like 5. Drop this head. 5 or so. Maybe more than 5. I don't know. I think it just depends on what we're doing. For masonry, or I go for masonry 1x2 and 1x1 brick tiles. I haven't seen a ton of masonry bricks that I remember. I could be wrong on this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't seen a ton of masonry bricks on the pick-a-brick wall from what I can remember. Oh, more studs. Woohoo. Lots of bricks says, I wish we could get a pick-a-brick pieces and pay per pound instead of trying to strategically stuffing the cups. Yeah. It'd probably end up being more per pound, because I think they know that people don't strategically stuff the cups. So if you're paying for per pound, you know, the money's going to be specific to what it costs Lego, or plus the profit they want to make per pound. I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more of these. I think Lego, if you strategically pack the cup, I do think you actually get way more for the value than you would if you paid per pound. Because if you don't strategically pack the cup, what the heck? Oh, is that one supposed to have? I think I missed something here. I have 3 extra of that color, which doesn't seem right. But if you don't strategically pack the cup, I think Lego obviously makes more money, and they account for that. So if you strategically pack the cup, Lego, I wouldn't say loses money. They don't lose money, but it potentially could lose money if you do it right, if that makes sense. Okay, I definitely did something wrong here because I have 3 extra of these, which I should not have. I'm trying to figure out where I might have doubled, or not, where I might have not put those. It looks like I did it right though, but it just seems very weird to have 3 extra. Okay, I guess I'm going to go with I did it correctly. Looks pretty good though. Soulflame says it's funny, bright light orange doesn't sell that well, but I love that color. Or dark orange log parts. Thought they'd sell well for monofigs and other uses, but not popular it seems. Dark orange looks weird, says Soulflame. What are the weirdest pieces or piece you thought you would ever sell but got sold anyways? I don't know. Every day, though, I swear, I'm surprised by what's sold. I constantly used to put things in the inventory and be like, oh, this will never sell, this will never sell, this will never sell, and then it sells. And obviously it's great, but I just never really would have expected that. See, this seems so weird. I don't understand this. But I guess that goes like that. And there we have it. I'm going to definitely say this is taller than Shanghai, but I'll double check that. Maybe you didn't have Shanghai, Funber Creations. Oh, I corrected myself. Dubai is the tallest set. I was looking at the top shelf where the set is located. Okay, so I think I'm done here. I do have 3 extra of this Translight blue stud. 2 of those must go somewhere. I think I know where, actually. Let me just double check real quick on the front. Nope, just kidding. No clue where these go. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, no. I don't know. Not entirely sure. So this could be 1 stud too tall, or too short. So 1 second. So here's the Shanghai set. And here is the Dubai set. You can see Dubai is definitely taller than Shanghai. There's a side-by-side right there. Dubai is definitely taller than Shanghai. So this is what we built today. I think it looks pretty cool. This is the Lego Dubai. Let me see if I can focus that. Lego Architecture Skylines Dubai set. Too tall to fit in the frame. See the top up there. But I'm going to put this on the shelf, or actually I'm going to mount the shelf now, but really cool set. I love this. And now I have no more to build. I got to get Chicago and Venice, Italy. And then we're good. But there we go. Built that set. So I think that's going to be pretty much it, everyone. I'll read some of the last chat here. Ben says the bright light orange heads sell. Oh, wait. Maybe not. He has 773 of them. Where did you get those? Everyone says nice set. Ben says surprised how big the Skyline sets actually are. They look really cool. So the first Skyline set I got, one second. So the first one they made is Venice. This is the Berlin set, and Berlin is 4 deep, or five studs deep. 6 studs deep. And this is not even the biggest one. Well, it's the tallest one. It's not the widest or the heftiest one. But you can see the scale similar, the scale of what they are in terms of the building size, but the height and the depth and stuff has totally changed now, and I think that's really cool. So I think they have definitely been scaling up the Skyline sets while trying to keep it the same scale. But this is the first one I got. Kyle and I were at the Lego store years ago, and we saw this set, and we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then we saw that it had the printed pieces of the Berlin wall, and we were like, whoa, that's really cool. So I ended up getting it a couple weeks after we were at the Lego store, but very, very cool set, this Berlin one. But we just built this one here, the Dubai. Dubai? Yeah, Dubai. And that's all I have now. So yeah, let me get some music ready for the little outro here. Because, you know, the music never works, but I'll try to get it to work this time. We'll play this song, whatever this might be. But yeah, I think that's going to be it here. Soulflame says, I really like most of LEGO's strange colors, like bright yellow, light aqua, etc. Night 40K says, Evan, are you planning to get any of the sets from the BrickLink designer program? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I've looked at them. They're very cool. Wait a second. Hold on. 1 second. Now I'm not sure anymore. BrickLink designer program. Are there any that are done for this year? I don't think there's any. Okay, yeah. So maybe we'll see what like what actually is picked, because I don't think they've picked it yet. But yeah, I want to see which ones are picked, and we'll maybe I'll get some. We'll see though. I think that's how that works. I could be totally wrong, and if I am wrong, I apologize on my incorrect assumption on how that works. Ben, another super chat, €2 or £2 says, thank you for the stream, Evan. Thank you, Ben, and thank you everyone for tuning in. I think we're going to call that it for the evening. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in, for all the chatting and all the fun while I was building this set. Really, really fun. Emery, thank you. Soulflame, Fidel, Ben, Just Bricks, Funbird Creations, Night 40K, and everyone else who was here that is not here in the bottom of the chat. I really appreciate everyone who was here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, had a good evening, or a good morning, or whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. We should see, we'll see you next week on next Saturday. And in addition to that, exciting video on Monday. I'll give you a little sneak peek, a verbal sneak peek. Another, well, very close numbers, very good numbers. A second place month. So pretty good there. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you had a good time. We'll see you all hopefully in the next stream and video. I'm going to try to cut out here and be nice, but it's not going to happen. So thanks. Have a good evening.